Hey guys, welcome back to the Interceptor. We're here with another war video. This is Alliance War Season 8. Oh my god, Season 8. Alliance War Season 34, War 8. So, there you go. That's where the confusion came in. And this is going to be the second death of my season so far. I feel a lot better about this death than I do the first one, because the first one was just purely bad RNG, whereas this one is like I made genuine mistakes in the fight. So it's like I really felt like I deserved to die, if you know what I meant, because I just massively messed up what I was doing, whereas in the first death, I mean, I still messed it up, but it was definitely RNG that killed me. I was actually supposed to take R4 Doctor Doom on Power Snack with Red Magneto, and the plan was to max the Pacify Mastery, which will actually give me a 100% chance to not trigger Power Snack or anything when they're stunned, so when I can land my heavies. So we're going to be boosting up here. I actually did not have any 30% boosts because I don't have a ton of time to play Arena, so I can't afford to buy them, and if I did, I wouldn't be able to consistently switch masteries in wars, such as placing high level defensive masteries and or switching between suicides and stuff. I mean, I could probably like finish out this season, but I would have to grind a lot of arena in the off season. And I did these fights at about 6:30 in the morning. So I had been up for already a half hour. Like, I felt fine. I did some warming up in the game as well. Actually, no, I don't even remember when I took this. I felt like maybe it was like 7. I don't even remember. But yeah, I have 6 fights, and I'm going to be doing them all right now. Like I said, I was assigned 7, and someone else took that fight, and they did solo it, which is nice. And yeah, here we're just looking to kill iHulk, and I was actually quite surprised. Look at all that power we got back from the power back boosts. That's pretty good. Now, in the fight that I end up dying to, the 30%, 20% difference would not have saved me. I would have 100% died anyways. So, I mean, you can blame me for dying, but you can't say that I died because I didn't boost as hard as I could have. My death was because I played it poorly, not because of my boosts. But anyways... this is actually Coop's Alliance, and Coop has his hood here that I'm going to be killing. Now, I was actually out at a concert. I went to a Walk Off the Earth concert on Saturday, and Saturday night. It's currently Sunday night, like literally 20 minutes before I'm going to bed. But this is a pretty quick war. I think I only have like 13 minutes of footage, so that's like a 15-minute video or something. And basically that just made it really hard for me to be able to play because the venue was right on the water, so there was a lot of bugs and stuff, and it was quite annoying. So yeah, I just waited until my boss island fights were open, and now I'm going to go up. So I'm just taking this fight super slow. This has Hurt Locker and also Power Focus 2, and also one where he gains an arm rep every single time that he throws a special attack. But it's just slightly over a minute, so pretty easy fight. And Coop's hood goes down. So now we're gonna go to what should have been the sketchiest fight of the war on paper. And that is going to be my only Warlock fight, which is going to be this Sabertooth. Now, what is special about this Sabertooth is that, I was just checking to see if I had any tags, because sometimes people will tag you in the middle of fights and, like, tell you to do something weird. So sometimes I usually cut it out. Sometimes I cut it out, but I'll just like swipe down when I'm moving on the map just to see if anyone needs me at that point. So what I'm doing first is I'm just doing one hit parry, because a parry gives you 4 of the infection charges, and the hit gives you 1, so you only need 4 parries and 4 hits to inflict an infection. But this Sabertooth, he's actually going to be fully unblockable the entire fight. Now, luckily for Warlock, this is Warlock's only fight, which is why I don't have tech power back boosts on. But yeah, this fight's going to be scary. So there I tried to hit a light intercept, and he just did nothing. So here I'm just going to wait out the unstoppable. I noticed I was at 9 charges. But yeah, this is pretty much just a fight about getting back to our L3. So there I managed to just Dex in the corner and then counter him with a light, which is a nice little trick. And second L2 kills. So really, like, it was slightly sketchy, but I managed it pretty well, other than that one combo I did take. But that combo only took off 13% of my health, give or take. So pretty straightforward fight. Now, because my Doom was reassigned, this is actually my only red Magneto fight. So my other 2 fights after this on the boss island are both with Falcon. So spoiler alert, he's going to be the one I die with, just like last season when I died with Falcon. Yay. Was it last season, or was it the season before I died with Falcon? So there I was just waiting to get the magnetize on him. And this does have buffet, so sometimes I'm not going to be able to get my prowess. But basically, I'm just doing parry quick heavy until I am at an L2, and then at that point I start holding heavy, because that's usually enough heavies for it to get in safely. And then there, I needed to do the light attack to get my spacing a lot earlier, and I need to like dash back further to avoid the L1 if you want it to actually work the right way. So here we're just getting our prowess doubled, and we actually get really bad RNG, and 2 of our last 3 times that we tried to get prowesses or double our prowess, it got consumed, which is only a 30% chance each time, and it couldn't have happened the second time, like the one in between those 2, because it was on cooldown. So technically it happened like twice in a row, which is a very low chance. 30% of 30%. And this is the fight that I die to. This is Mordo on the Vigilance node. And this is just a sketchy fight. So I still had an L1 boost on, and I knew that Mordo does not hit very hard, so an invuln boost is kind of wasted. I mean, I do think that if you're just focusing on the one fight, that you should go for an invuln boost for this fight. And in hindsight, I will 100% agree that it was a mistake not to use invuln for this fight. However, both using an invuln and the fact that I didn't go to 30%, neither of those things would have saved me in this fight. I would have still died if both of those things happened. And I think here is where I make my first mistake of the fight, where I lock on while I have the miss on me. And what that does is that is going to waste most of my locked on, to the point where literally all I get is an L1. And look at that, he actually threw a special that was pretty nice. But at this point, I'm still winning the fight. I'm at 80%, he's at 50%. How could this fight go wrong? You're about to see. He has not thrown a special in a long time, and he is now out of special 3. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna first, I missed a parry because I was expecting him to throw the L3, but I still missed a parry. He hits me twice and then goes for an L3. And now I'm at 45% and I'm losing the fight again. And then there, I genuinely don't know what happened. I was looking at the timer. I thought I had enough time to do that last hit before my special. In hindsight, I should have just done like one hit right into the L2. Because that is the fact that I did that was just ridiculous. That was, in my opinion, the one major mistake that was made in this fight that allowed me to not be able to recover it whatsoever. But I'm going to throw my L3, and this is actually going to get me a lot of health back. I'm back to 28%, 28 to 44. It's not completely lost yet. But there my locked on falls off, which means I no longer am able to parry. If I was able to parry in that moment, if I was still locked on, I would have been able to do an Omega Red combo, medium, light, light, and the second light attack would have been during the power gain. So I then could have spent that time baiting out a special. But here, what's happening? I'm going to miss again. So I get locked on. Now I'm just trying to bait a special, but what's going to happen? It's Mordo. Mordo's not going to throw a special. He's just going to walk up to me and do nothing. And here, I went for a ricochet intercept because I knew he was about to throw his L3. At that point, I already knew I was dead. I just wanted to get as much damage off as possible. So that's just unfortunate. When the assignments came out, I did not have a White Mags pre-fight for that fight. Now, while I was sleeping, that changed, and one of our guys was able to bring White Mags, and he was not originally assigned him, and one of the fights he was assigned to put it on was Mordo, and no one told me that. To be fair, I think there was around like 70 messages in the chat, and I could have read them all, and I would have figured it out that I was supposed to have a White Mags on that fight, but I wasn't really thinking about that, because to me, if I'm going to be given a White Mags, I should have been tagged to be informed that I was going to be given a White Mags. But I was not tagged, and I'm not like blaming that for the reason I died because I didn't have a White Mags pre-fight. It's still 100% my fault. It's just, it could have made my life a lot easier. And if I had known that, I could have tagged the guy, said, hey, when can you put on the White Mags pre-fight? Because I wasn't even in a rush. Like, I had another 2 hours after that I could have fought. I was literally holding up no one, especially with it being that early in the morning. But this is the last fight of my war. This is going to be Dormy on the Hazard Shift Mini. And really, the name of the game here is not getting cornered. So, I actually chose to bait L2s in this fight just because I want to spend less time baiting special attacks. So here I'm going to get locked on again. And this fight is actually going really well. The only thing that I have to worry about is not getting cornered and not hitting him while I'm not locked on. But he's actually going for my light intercepts a lot this fight. He made it really easy for me. And by the end of my second one there, I lose my 3 invuln charges because I did throw in an invulnerability boost when I went back into the other fight. And really, it's just about finishing this fight off. So 45% left. And I'm going to throw another L2 in just a second. And he is actually almost dead. So I think I get it during this locked on. Or do I bait? No. Okay, I'm going to bait another L2, and then I'm going to get locked on immediately after that. Yeah, that's probably the right choice with this being my last Falcon fight. If I had another fight after this or something, I probably would have been baiting L1 and just made this fight take a little longer. But here I noticed Dormy just was not throwing the special attack. So I did one light combo, and right there I was trying to actually bait a heavy so I could just kill on the next combo, which would have been leading into an L2. I would have just ignored the fact that he was at like 2.5 bars of power because he would have been dead. But he actually threw the L2 into my block, which is fine. It was just a little bit of extra block damage. And this was a very, very tight war. We were winning for a bit. They were winning for a bit. And when I finished my fights, the score was 7-7. We had 140 attacker kills, and they had 110. And they actually died. They died 8 times in their last 40 fights, and we died none in our last 10. So the score ended 15-7. And what was at one point an extremely tight war just got away from them. I think when they saw us at 140-7, they thought that we probably wouldn't die again because we had a massive attacker time, or fight time, I guess. We had a massive fight time lead, and we were definitely going to win in the event of a tie because we had 150 diversity, unlike our last loss when we placed with 149 diversity. But this win actually gets us back into top 3. We do pass New Nation again, so now they're in 4th, we're in 3rd, so we kind of just swapped with what happened this war. And our next matchup is actually a really easy one, and the alliances in 2nd and 4th, which are XK9 and New Nation matched. So if New Nation beats them, we will actually both be in the top 3. We will move up into 2nd place, and New Nation will be in 3rd place. So we're really cheering for New Nation. But this war is not going to go live until after that war is over. So it doesn't even matter that I'm saying this, because it literally, like, the war's already over at this point, at the time that you guys are seeing this. So it doesn't matter. So we are now 7-1 on the season. And my death total is at 2. Again, 100% my fault. If I'd known that we had a white mags there, I could have easily soloed that fight, because my chances to interrupt the power gain would have been a lot better with my ability to stun the entire fight, because Mordo doesn't miss off of a passive stun. But my PSR is now at 48 out of 50, which is actually exactly 96%. And my Deathless streak is at a whopping 1 fight. 1 fight. Just Dormammu. That's it. So yeah, that's going to be it. I mean, this was just a bad war for me. A bad death. But thank you guys to the Alliance. Rest of D69 for having my back. And I mean, 7 deaths isn't great. And we definitely aspire to be better. But we still won, and that's what matters the most. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.